Hello, everyone. My name's Hank Suttle, the Sonic Shaman and the Sound.
Hi, I'm Deanna. I am the Dragon Lady and the Fury.
And we're here today with the Sound and the Fury through Goddess Elite. Welcome. Today we are doing an entire healing session around anxiety. And Deanna has made a beautiful grid, which she's going to introduce us to and explain. And you actually kind of see it behind us too. It's part of the background picture. But go ahead and tell us what we are getting in for today.
All right, so a lot of people are dealing with anxiety nowadays. This is a crazy world we live in, and there's a lot going on in the invisible world. There's a lot of entities floating around, and a lot of energies, and a lot of expectations, and a lot of just I don't know what the F is going on or what I'm supposed to be doing. So trust me that if you're dealing with this, it is very, very normal. I would guess more people are anxious nowadays than not anxious. Having said that, this grid turned out really well, I think, and got a lot of happy crystal friends here to help us. Shine a little light on this. Okay, so the star of the show today is amethyst. Amethyst is a very, very popular stone, probably one of the top 3 most popular stones beloved by all seekers. Protects from lower frequencies and surrounds you in divine light. It's a crown chakra opener. It helps you get into the meditative state. And of course, in the meditative state, ideally, all the worldly concerns are, gone from your mind and you're just sitting in communion with the oneness. It's got this peaceful, blissed out energy. And it's just really darn soothing. It's good antidote for the insanity of the modern age. According to my research, it also balances the brain and nervous system and counters the effects of nervous disorders. So helps on the physical level as well as the energetic level. Next we have lepidolite. Lepidolite is this guy. It's this little purple stone. It's such a good heart stone as well as a crown stone. It really helps you connect with the divine from your center as well as from above. It's great for serenity, stress relief, calming. Even if your life is crazy, it helps you accept and deal with things the way they are. Helps one adopt a good attitude and feel serene in the face of any circumstances. So if you are surrounded by chaos, lepidolite could be a really good go-to for you, especially if you're a sensitive type, an empathic type, because it really helps with that. Anyone who's really sensitive and fragile would benefit from lepidolite. It's good for hyperactive people also. I could probably use it. And children, I could probably use it. Balances and soothes the emotional body, helps release emotional trauma, and also your mental identification with the emotional trauma, which honestly I think is one of the biggest obstacles that people have to overcome sometimes. I'm going to center this just a tiny bit. All right, so then we have mahogany obsidian. This is this brown and black stone. This is, a lot of these are kind of heart or upper chakra stones. Mahogany obsidian is the opposite. It's coming up from below, from the earth, to be I got you, homie. You can play in the mud with us and be safe and just sink down and be dirty because we're all dirty and it's fine. But specifically, it helps clear the second chakra, releases trauma and shame. And, our reactions, our habitual reactions to trauma and shame can keep us avoidant our whole lives. And that really propagates the cycle of anxiety. It clears the sense of limitations and unworthiness that make us hold back from taking action, which again, anxiety tends to be self-propagating in that respect. You're oh, I should do this thing. I really, really, really should do this thing. And then you don't because you're anxious about doing it. Well, if you can break that cycle with a nice calming stone like mahogany obsidian, that's okay, let's just take all the overthinking out of it. Just do the thing. You're fine. It's cool. No one's going to judge you. So yeah, So yeah, that's mahogany obsidian, really good stone for that. It's a beautiful stone too. Like, I don't really think of a lot of brown stones as beautiful, but I love mahogany obsidian. And then we have amazonite. It's another really good stone for the modern age because, everybody is in constant communication with each other, but a lot of our communication takes the form of like judgments or trying to prove things to each other, or like trying to get a leg up on a conversation and like win. But amazonite really helps us communicate from the heart and like be in touch with our inner truth and communicate it in a way that does not cause further conflict, that actually is like, how can we make this a win-win? So it's a harmonizing stone, both within the self and among people. Helps you communicate without the fear, the hedging, the emotional violence that is so common. Helps you open your heart to others and see them as allies instead of adversaries, and makes the world seem safer and more easy to navigate. Also helps you set boundaries and care less about the opinions of others, which tends to be a big contributing factor to social anxiety when you care too much, or you're not sure how well you're going to be received, or whether people are going to walk all over you if you let them in. Amazonite lets you just connect with people without worrying that they're going to take up your space. All right, and then we have Botswana agate. There's a lot of kinds of agate. It's kind of a catch-all category like jasper, where there's like a million different kinds. But Botswana has like a really beautiful, soothing, high vibrational energy. It's very calming and uplifting. Brings in the energies of universal unconditional love, releases emotional issues. It's very calming and stabilizing to the energy body. Thought it would be a good kind of anchor to the energies here. We have blue calcite. Blue calcite is such an excellent stone for anxiety. It's very, very soothing to the emotional body, especially, again, for people who are really sensitive, and especially like psychic sensitive and feel bombarded by these subtle energies, and it gets worse when those of us who feel the subtle energies are like told we're crazy for feeling those things, and then you worry about what people think of you in addition to having to deal with the energies themselves. So blue calcite again is going to break that cycle. It's going to be like, you're okay, the world is a safe place. And I just wanted to note with that also, as far as protecting you from all the energy flying around, like a lot of our anxiety that we feel isn't even ours, which is true of a lot of the feelings that we feel and a lot of the thoughts that we have, because, we're very aware, we're more aware than we give ourselves credit for, and we pick up anxiety from other people, or the entities or the electromagnetic energies. And this is part of why people feel calmer in nature. So blue calcite, kind of like going to the beach or something and just like wading in the water and letting all your worries wash away. It's a really good sleep stone, especially if you have nightmares. Helps you sleep calmly through the night. And then finally, kind of rounding up the whole deal, we've got infinite. Infinite is a form of serpentine. Serpentine is one of those just like really wholesome, good, like Mother Nature, like Earth Goddess energy stones. And infinite is kind of a higher vibration aspect of serpentine. It seals holes and leaks in the aura, and a lot of the time our anxiety is made worse by like intrusive energies getting into the aura and messing with our energy, and then feeling at the mercy of that, or like never quite being able to predict how we're going to act or how we're going to feel. So infinite can help us regain our sense of wholeness and like our actual wholeness and integrity, so we can hold a high vibration better. And it raises our vibrations to where that anxiety doesn't compute with how we're showing up. And like if our emotions, are not, if our habitual emotions are not a vibrational match to where we are, they're not going to bother us. They're going to be like, well, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, let's see. It also breaks up and disperses crystallized energetic patterns like anxiety so that they don't just keep showing up habitually. It's very cleansing and soothing to the energy body. And one final note, in addition to, I mentioned that lepidolite is good at connecting the crown and heart chakras. Serpentine, infinite particularly, is good at connecting the root and heart chakras. So it really like pulls you down, helps you feel safe and grounded while also feeling the love. So there we have it.
Awesome. And for my sound contribution today, I'll be using the solar harmonic spectrum, and that's been shown clinically to even cause a cellular response called nitric oxide release. It's called puffing, which releases nitric oxide. And that helps with relaxation, it helps with pain, helps with all these kinds of things. And one other thing to mention, as we are growing up and we're so excited to explore the world and we're excited, our parents are freaking out thinking we're going to get hurt. And they're projecting that fear and anxiety on our excitement. So I invite everybody to also, every place where you think you're afraid in life, look at it as an acronym: feeling, excited, and ready. And where have you misidentified excitement and anxiety? And that's part of today. I'm going to be unweaving that so we can really step into our authenticity and be excited to show up instead of that projected fear about, hey, don't do that because we're trying to keep you safe and all that stuff. It's time for everybody to step into their potency.
Yes.
So we're going to go focus on the grid. All you need to do is sit back and receive. I may or may not, or Deanna may or may not say things to kind of do some audio cues. We're just kind of doing this intuitively. And let us go. And allow yourself to fall into the tones, recognizing that they're opening windows, little portals for energy to flow and for you to be in the flow. Let's do some clearing first. Ia inti taita, first ray of dawn. Sike, illuminate the quartz. Ia inti taita sike, ompui, ompui, ompui. In the tradition of the Pakokuna that Deanna and I practice, there's an energy flow technique called the Saman Chikui, which translates to Father's Rain. And imagining that our space together has created this large, luminous, energetic egg where we're all sharing this experience. Turn your attention upward, allowing the top of that energy field to open up and allowing the cascading iridescent rain from the upper world to flow around you, to flow through you, through all aspects of your being, both known and unknown, taking anything dense, heavy, or stagnant, moving it down to the bottom of the energy field, out of your body, and offering it to our beloved Pachamama, Mother Earth. Yari Samanchakui, ompui, ompui, ompui. Hiya, Samanchakui, ompui, ompui, ompui. to recognize that 90% of your anxiety belongs to other people, or other places, other times. How much is actually from this moment of now? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive all that that is. Allow it to change within you. And of the actual anxiety that is yours, how much of that is truly excitement? Excitement for you to step into who you came to be. Allowing the sound of the thunder to loosen any energies that resist going. And an invitation to continue to allow that Father's rain that we brought in earlier to continue to flow. Just allowing now that iridescent light cascading from above to fill every void, all the space between the spaces, leaving you just one luminescent bubble of light, your conscious popo. And trusting and knowing that only things with your permission can get into or out of this sacred space. So all the places throughout all lifetimes, throughout all past, present, future existences, where undealt traumas and dramas have left the window open for the experience of anxiety, for fear, for depression, or any other aspect that you do not choose to experience, allow those to effortlessly shift to light, to close those windows so that all of life can come to you with ease and joy and glory. The words I'm going to say in Quechua next are calling in the masculine and feminine nature spirits of your birthplace, calling in your sacred soul star of inspiration, calling to you the blueprint of the perfected you, the you that's never been wounded, that has no need for healing, allowing that to imprint on you so that you can walk forward comfortably and confidently as you are able to perceive, know, be, and express your unique voice in this world. Ahaya, pakarina kuna, ompui, ompui, ompui. Yari ito pukuna, ompui, ompui, ompui. Iri pachamamita kuna, ompui, ompui, ompui. Yari wilka nuna hatan uma, ompui, ompui, ompui. Yari wilka nuna cheska, ompui, ompui, ompui. I'm just receiving that from you, to you, for you. Allowing it to integrate with this tone. And recognizing that in true Aini, in true divine reciprocity, what contribution can you be to your fellow travelers and what contribution can you receive from them? And everything that doesn't allow you to receive from you, for you, to you, and from all other people, destroy and uncreate it. Very good. Nike, 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 Wilka Katari Kuna, Yari Katari Kuna. Victory and praises to all of your own unique voices in this world. And Nike, Nike, Nike. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Arpi Chai Sanko Lai Kuna. A dove from our hearts to you. How is everybody? Oh, I need my headset. I can't hear anything yet. There we go. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. If you have questions, comments, if you want to say anything, feel free to make a comment. And also, I will post a link in the comments. Deanna and I are both working out of Goddess Elite on Thursdays. So if you would like a one-on-one session in person with one or both of us, that is available on Thursdays, maybe other days, always virtually. If you'd like to experience that more in depth, we can definitely make a more one-on-one experience. Any awarenesses for you, Deanna, while we were going through all the fun things?
I know that anxiety can be kind of a multifaceted disorder. So just kind of like scanning the collective energy body, and I noticed a lot of heaviness around people's heart chakras. And I would just like to invite people to step into ease, joy, and glory. And, I've been doing a lot of mirror work in the mornings and evenings, and I just want to share with you guys, this has been super transformative for me. You just look at yourself in the mirror and you say, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Say that 10 times. And it really helps. It really helps. And, and it really helps with the giving and receiving, like how are we manifesting what we want to show up instead of like holding back because we're afraid, or giving too much because we're afraid that we won't be loved otherwise or accepted. So listen to your heart, put your hand on your heart, ask it if it has any messages for you, ask it what it really wants from you. And also remember the thing that we both alluded to earlier, that a lot of your anxiety isn't even yours. So stay in the space of, who does this belong to? Return to sender. I don't want it. I'm not taking on other people's anxiety. It's not your job, doesn't help them either. So don't feel bad about letting it go.
Yep. Everybody needs their own hoocha. That's their fertilizer to cultivate their soul. So, feel free, send it back with consciousness, not with a zing saying, hey, asshole, you're sending this out. It's like, here you go. This is what you're putting out into the world. Here it is with some consciousness so you can move through it. And that way you're actually being a contribution to someone else's evolution. And we did have Jennifer just commenting, thank you. That sent chills throughout my whole body. Yes. And I really needed that. So glad you're able to tune in and experience that. We had Magic Mike tuning in a little bit earlier, as well as Ernie. Thank all of you for tuning in. And if you have any questions, comment. I did post a link for Goddess Elite, or you can also reach out to me through hank@thesonicshaman.com. If you wanted to schedule something outside of store hours with us, we can do that. Anything else, Deanna?
No, I think that's it. I would just encourage people, if anxiety is a chronic issue for you, keep watching this video or come to me and or Hank for healings. We can help you a lot. We have a lot of tools in addition to the ones we have displayed in this video, and we would love to help you.
Yeah, and part of Deanna's crystal collection lives in my office now. So it's like we got a lot of, you couldn't come into the office, you get stoned without any chemicals at all. One more comment, let's see. Oh, Mike was just saying toasty. Yep, definitely I feel the energy running. Cool. But thank you all for tuning in, and we will catch you next Tuesday at same time, same channel, 1 o'clock. Do we know what our theme is for next week already?
To be announced.
To be announced. Okay, fair enough.
It'll be a good one.
All right, bye everyone.